Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Layaah, and today I am covering part 2 of episode 1 of Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story on Netflix. If you guys watched part 1, I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and this is part 2 of episode 1. Okay, so in the last video I talked about how the parents were shot 16 times and they purchased the firearms and, did what they did. And today I'm going to be telling you guys what they did afterwards. Okay? So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the second part of this video. Okay. So after their parents, they picked up all of the shotgun shells and they disposed of the shotguns by burying them in the woods, which I don't want to get too ahead of myself on the later episodes, so I'm just going to leave it at that for right now. But yes, they did. After they shot the round, they picked up the shells and they took the guns and they buried them in the woods. Then from there, they headed to the movie theater. They were late for the movie and the woman there couldn't sell them any tickets. So Lyle got very, very agitated. He got very irritated and was like, you know what, let's go. So they go to this place called the Taste of LA. And they stick around there for a few hours to try and create an alibi, because they needed to be gone or whatever, so people could see them. That way, in case the police questioned them, they could be like, oh, we were here during this time, so we couldn't have been at home, just in case. After they were at the Taste of LA for a few hours, they drove home, and that is where they staged the police call. It was a very, very dramatic police call from what I saw on the show. I had not heard the original police call, just the one on the show. Basically, once they get in the house, Lyle called the police and was like, someone unalived our parents. He was very, very frantic, crying, and then you hear Eric in the back screaming, "Mom, mom, mom," you know what I'm saying? It was very dramatic, very it was horrifying. They were calling, and honestly, if we didn't know that it was them, it sounded very believable because they just sounded like they were in absolute terror, crying, screaming, all of that, right? So that's when it says the police call. After confessing all of what had happened to the therapist, Dr. Jerome Oziel, this is what Eric told him, everything that had happened, the whole, how it went down, all that. He told the therapist. After that, Dr. Oziel was like, hey, we need to call Lyle to come up here because I need to talk to him too, right? So Dr. Oziel calls Lyle and he's like, hey, you need to get up here. Basically, Eric told me everything that happened. You need to get up here. So then Lyle got very, very upset in episode 1 and just throughout the whole thing. Lyle was definitely shown he gets agitated very, very easily, very quickly. And he is a little bit more on the emotionally unstable side, which I guess they both are, but Lyle's was definitely more in an angry, aggressive way, and Eric's was in a more emotionally codependent type of way. So after he calls Lyle, he runs outside and he calls his mistress, Judalon Smith, and he was like, hey, I want you to get up here. So actually, I'm not really sure why he called her. I think it was so she could record it or whatever, but she ends up getting up there. They're sitting in the lobby, right? Lyle shows up. Him and Judalon are both sitting in the lobby. Now, he does not know that Dr. Oziel called her. So they're sitting there in the lobby and whatnot. And then Lyle was supposed to wait for Dr. Oziel to call him into the office. He just ends up getting impatient and just barges in and starts screaming, going on a rampage. And then after that, after Lyle got there, he basically went in there and was like, whatever Eric's saying, he's lying. We didn't hurt our parents. He's stressed out right now that's why he's making this up. He's just stressed out from what happened, and he's just making stuff up. Lyle was really, really trying to convince Dr. Oziel that Eric was lying, and that Eric was sitting there no, this is what we did, right? After that, after the whole screaming match or whatever, the boys, they pack up, and Lyle was after they got in the car, Lyle was like, we need to kill Dr. Oziel, right? Now, obviously, this does not end up happening, but Lyle did suggest that, according to the show. So, this is basically the summary of episode 1. Now, as for my personal opinion on the brothers, on the show, on this episode, I think what kind of showed me Lyle's behavior. One of the several things that happened, but one of the things was when the trick-or-treaters were there, he was very, very rude to the kids. Like, they didn't even do anything. He was just very rude and very, very snappy. Like, the drop of the hat, he was at the drop of a hat, he got very, very angry. Now, I'm not saying this about the real Lyle and Eric Menendez. I'm just saying what the show said, because I want to make that abundantly clear. I don't want to just say like, oh, this is what Lyle Menendez was like. This is what Eric Menendez was like. I don't want to say that necessarily, because at the end of the day, we don't know these people. We know what the show presented to us, but we don't know them as people. So I don't want to just go around spreading misinformation. I think personally that Ryan Murphy did a good job, as he did with the Jeffrey Dahmer series, and I think he's doing Ed Gein next. That's what I heard. I'm not really sure, but that's what I heard. I think he does a good job. I think Nicholas Alexander Chavez and Cooper Koch did a great job portraying the brothers, but I just don't want it to come off like I'm saying this is how Lyle and Eric actually are. So I just want to make that clear. I think the show was very well put together personally, and very believable. The actors did a great job, like making everything look believable, make everything look real. Like, it was really well put together. I liked it a lot. But there's so much I want to say, but I don't want to spoil the future episodes. You guys know what I'm saying? So, yes, this is the summary, the complete summary of episode 1. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. Like I said in my last video, if you guys have any more suggestions, any more shows you guys want me to watch, review, if there's a specific movie review that you want me to do, I'm happy to do it. Just let me know in the comments down below, or DM me on my Instagram. And it's my name, Layaah Powell. My Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. And yes, I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.